Okay, people want me to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James and what my thoughts and opinions about it. Particularly on social media, people were talking about, man, normally when before the season starts, you give a breakdown on each team and what team you think is going to win the NBA Finals and things of that nature. And normally in most seasons, I talk about the power teams, the teams that are favored on social media, as well as these announcers on the networks talk about their favorite, their 5-5 and things of that nature. And this year, I decided to do things a little bit differently. I discuss basketball topics, and I talk about things that are concerning in the association. And a lot of you guys you come in for my take on the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm not a Los Angeles Laker fan. LeBron James is okay in my book. I'm not a huge LeBron James fan. I don't have no animosity towards LeBron James. But my humble estimation, as far as the Lakers go, I felt like all the moves they have done in the offseason, and I've been pretty much thorough on my take on this. As far as the moves they have made and the players they have signed and drafted, my take on it was the Lakers were rebuilding. Okay. The Los Angeles Lakers are not in the same class as other teams in the West. I don't see the Los Angeles Lakers being a threat to win the NBA title. I don't see the Los Angeles Lakers being a threat to even win the mid-season tournament. Just another way of the NBA to expand, to get networks to bid on a certain block of games that now they're saying that those are tournament games. I think it's a waste of time. I gave you guys my thoughts and opinions on the in-season tournament. And I don't think Los Angeles Lakers are very competitive. This is clearly a rebuild from start to finish. Hiring JJ Redick, who happens to be a podcaster with LeBron James, I didn't think that was a good look for the Los Angeles Lakers. I felt like he would have to learn on the job. And normally when you hire a coach, a young coach that really doesn't have a lot of experience as far as being a coach at any level or any position in the National Basketball Association, that's an uphill battle. So he's learning on the job. He's going to make mistakes, all right? And then to make matters worse, the Los Angeles Lakers wasting a pick on LeBron James' son. I felt like that was a waste of time. That was a waste of a pick. You could have packaged those picks to get better talent or better players as far as being competitive, somewhat competitive, for the Los Angeles Lakers. Or you could have, if this was a total rebuild, you could have just started drafting for the future. And maybe if it's a total rebuild, you might want to send AD someplace else so you can get additional draft picks for AD. I think 3 years ago, you could have gotten a slew of draft picks for AD. Now, not so much, because AD continues the narrative of he's not going to be a player that's going to play a whole entire season. He's going to be injured. He's injured prone. So the value of AD, you're not going to get a lot of picks for AD, but you will get something for AD. All right? And just ride the LeBron James train until the wheels fall off, until he decides he wants to retire. Obviously, you're not going to trade LeBron James. LeBron James is, made it so where you can't trade him. He will just go into retirement. And I think Jeannie Buss is a fan. She's a fan of LeBron James. LeBron James is a star. Star power sells tickets. Jeannie Buss is not going to trade her golden goose that people pay tickets to go see. All right. So I think Jeannie Buss and the Los Angeles Lakers front office, they're doing a disservice for the Los Angeles Lakers fans. Yes, the Los Angeles Lakers fans are going to be happy that they have LeBron James, but but that's a short-term effect. long term, it doesn't serve them any purpose as far as the team goes moving forward. You don't have a pick that you can build around. You don't even have picks to like do like the Oklahoma City Thunder. When Oklahoma City Thunder got rid of James Harden, then Kevin Durant went to Golden State, and Russell Westbrook, they traded Russell Westbrook. Remember the topic of conversation? Oh man, they done got rid of their big three. The Oklahoma City Thunder, it's gonna be a long time before they start getting competitive. And shout out to their front office. They drafted accordingly, and they did a total rebuild. And they was only in the cellar for like what, 3 or 4 seasons. And now this team is going to be very competitive and probably be a front runner for the playoffs. Now, I don't think, I think when you look at the West, if you look at the teams out West and the young talent that they have built themselves around, I feel like the 2 biggest teams, in my humble, as far as young talent go, that's going to be very competitive and make a deep run in the playoffs, maybe possibly get an NBA title, are not only the Oklahoma City Thunder, but the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets, even though right now they're not what they're advertised to be, but at least they have pieces. Like if these young pieces do not work, they can also trade these young pieces to get a superstar there. Okay, so at least they're in position to do something versus the Los Angeles Lakers. You mortgage your whole entire future on AD, and then when you are able to get some type of decent picks, you use a pick on LeBron James' son that you could have used on something else. And they have Scottie Pippen Jr. I feel like that's another young piece that they could have built on top of, but they gave up on Scottie Pippen Jr. Now he's balling in Memphis, and Memphis is starting to look like a very competitive team. A lot of people thought that they were not when they got rid of so many of their players, but if you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, and I always say this, and you guys, if you've been following my channel, I've said this thousands and thousands of times. As a team, the one place you don't want to be is stuck in the middle. That's the one place you don't want to be. You're not good enough to be competitive, to make a run in the playoffs, possibility of going to the NBA Finals, but you don't suck bad where you can get a top level draft pick in the next draft. You're sort of stuck in the middle. So you're not going to be very competitive, but you're not going to suck so bad, and you're not going to, get the opportunity of selecting a top level pick that you can build around. So you're going to be stuck in the middle. There's another under level to that. You don't want to be in the same predicament. You don't want to be in the predicament with the Los Angeles Lakers find themselves. All right? They're not good enough to be even competitive. And they keep winning so many games because of LeBron James. They're not going to be able to do a massive rebuild. This team reeks rebuild. Even with LeBron James, they need to, as far as LeBron James go, he needs to figure out, he needs to just go ahead and retire. Okay? So the Lakers can move on. Unfortunately, the front office hands are tied because Jeannie Buss, she loves LeBron James. She loves some LeBron James, and she's going to do whatever it takes to make LeBron James happy. And LeBron James does not want AD to leave. Okay? And while you got those two there, those two are going to at least give you 20 wins. Now, are they going to play enough together to get you 20 more? Probably not. And this team's going to mess around and win games they're not supposed to win. So that's another 10 right there. And JJ Redick occasionally is going to give you 5 more wins on top of that. Because he's going to figure out a strategy that, hey, that worked that particular night. But the Los Angeles Lakers are not going to be able to beat the Denver Nuggets. They're not going to beat the Golden State Warriors. They're going to have a hard time beating teams in the West. I'm not even talking about the East. Just in the West, they're going to have a difficult time. It's going to be difficult times for them even in the East. Like I said, JJ Redick is learning on the job. He's, I have not seen having JJ Redick. Why have JJ Redick in the first place? That's just my humble estimation about it. But he's a coach in training, and I think this year is going to be a wash. They're not going to go anywhere. And if you look at the outcome of their future next season, this team's going to be even worse then. If you look at the draft, there's not a team. They're not going to get that high draft pick anyway, because they're going to be stuck in the middle. And they're going to be borderline 500, so they're not going to get a top-level draft pick. And free agents, superstars are not interested in pairing up with LeBron James, because LeBron James, he's getting ready to retire. The Lakers are going to be cellar dwellers. They're going to need someone there that's going to. I think JJ Redick is going to be there as far as their rebuilding, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it long enough to see if the process worked for them. But hey, it is what it is. That's my thought on the association with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Hope you guys liked it. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.